which, as you all know, is Tom Morello tweeting out this god-awful meme. They got you fighting a culture war to stop you from fighting a class war. And it's just like, man, like, I don't know how to not recognize, I don't know how to, like, make this make sense. Tom Morello posting, a couple years ago, I joined in solidarity with trans kids across the country, hashtag protect trans kids, take action now, support local orgs in Texas like Trans Texas and Equality Texas, send messages to lawmakers in Alabama telling them to stop attacks on trans kids at the link in my stories. And it's just like, this is cool. This is great. Reposting the ACLU. But then, like, 2 years later, or a year and a half later, like, posting this. It sucks. It sucks. Punky Gal, thank you for subscribing over on Twitch. I appreciate you, and 29 goddamn months. But, like, this is clearly not a meme that is particularly well, let me put it this way. I read this meme as saying, yes, you see, the MAGA chuds and the LGBTs right here are engaged in a culture war, and both sides are on equal footing, and both sides are just arguing with each other. But, like, this isn't even a reflection of the situation. Like, MAGA chuds are currently stripping LGBTQ people of civil rights, like the ability to have children know what a gay or a trans person are things that are currently being made illegal in parts of the United States. Like, being able to use a bathroom that aligns with your gender is currently illegal in Florida. The states are stripping trans people of the ability to get health care. And so I saw this come from Tom Morello, who is literally like one of the leftiest, like, left, I guess, mainstream figures that I know of. And it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating to see a meme like this come out of, someone who frontlines Rage Against the Machine. And, I was just like, trans people deserve the right to exist in public without half the country attacking us as pedophiles, arresting us for using bathrooms, or denying us medical care. Calling the struggle for basic liberty a distraction really seems to be a capitulation. But, like, okay, to clarify this a little bit, absolutely, MAGA chuds are being used by people in positions of power, and targeting trans people is a deliberate tool of people in those positions of power to maintain and grow their power. That's how this works, right? But that doesn't mean, well then, you just ignore that struggle to strip trans people of civil rights. You can't ignore that. Because if you ignore that, well, then it moves on to a different minority of people, and then a different minority of people, and soon, a lot of other minorities have been stripped of their rights. That's how this goes. It's a win-win proposition for people in positions of power, unless you have a movement that is willing to incorporate the concerns and priorities of minority components, You need a movement that can simultaneously address, the concerns of African Americans, and also fight for trans rights, and also recognize that, like, asexual people exist and deserve, protections for their particular way of existing, and like that like Muslim people experience like a crazy amount of Islamophobia, and that needs to be addressed. Like, there are so many different things, and you need to be able to address each of those things in a movement, or else that movement has weaknesses that can be exploited, and those weaknesses that are exploited will then be used to destroy it. You know? Incoming Vosh raid? Hell yeah. Let's go! Hey, Gayfesh, how you doing? So it's just really frustrating to me. It's really frustrating to be seeing, goddamn Tom Morello over here posting, you know, poll tier memes. You know, this is poll tier. It's like this attempt at seeming above aspects of politics that people tend to view as unimportant when it doesn't affect them. Exactly, LB. Exactly. You saw that. Oh, I saw that shit, Gayfesh. This actually made me so mad today. This made me so goddamn mad. And it's just, first of all, he didn't need to post something like that, but it's frustrating. Hey, Vosh folks. Come on over and say hi over on riverboat.gg. It's over on the, that's where the on-screen chat is, if you would like. There are no ads over there, so you can head on over there and get an ad-free experience and also support me. And if those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Riverboat Jack. I talk about the news and politics. And yeah, we have a fun group of people. If you're one of the offliners, come on over to riverboat.gg and just chill and chat and ask any questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. But right now we're talking about this meme Tom Morello posted. I'm sure you've seen this meme before. It's not an uncommon one. But it's frustrating to see this kind of, like, I would say, like, leftist ignorance manifest. Because the implication here is that this is a conflict that should be ignored. Because it's distracting you from the real battle. But the argument here isn't that you should ignore it. The argument is it needs to be incorporated into the larger struggle. This is why Fred Hampton was so dangerous, right? Fred Hampton was able to form the Rainbow Coalition, something that addressed the concerns of not just African Americans, not just white folk. It was able to accommodate and incorporate many minority groups along with the majority that would bring it to prominence, and that was really, really dangerous to people in power. That's the power of a Rainbow Coalition, a true socialist movement that is intersectional. That the danger of it is that it can incorporate all these component parts and harmoniously be able to move forward.